Citizen!
Yo guys, and welcome back to another AC Valhalla stream. Gonna be continuing today with the rest of Lincolnshire and basically set everything up in order to start the first DLC for Valhalla, the Wrath of the Druids, very soon. So we did play a little bit yesterday and finished the main story arc for Lincolnshire. We also made Hunward the Outerman. So whenever we call for help for Lincolnshire, he's gonna basically come to aid us. He also made his fiancée Spawnsborough stay in Ravensthorpe with us, which is an important detail because he sent her away for safety. But that of course means that he isn't quite so safe. But yeah, let's actually head to the north here. still a few things to do and collect.
For something I did not do! What concern is this to you, demon?
That is not Hunwald.
Why don't you let us decide? Be gone! This prisoner comes with me.
Bounty order. This notice is a demand for the swift capture of Hunwald, son of Hundborth. But Hunwald has been seen in and around the kingdom after having been banished. He must now answer for his crime. Captors shall be adequately rewarded. He doesn't mind. You fine?
You're mine! Oh.
The AI ball. Okay, so I'm not really sure exactly how we get to finish this word event. I mean, we kept the guys that were kind of like trash talking us. But that isn't everything we have to do here. Yeah, not sure what we're supposed to do here, but I guess we just come back for it later.
Something is wrong. Foul. Curse it.
And hey Barot, welcome in Senny. Thank you for joining, dude. Hope you're having a good night so far. Welcome to some AC Valhalla. I'm sure you haven't seen this game in a while. Saver Pigeon, welcome in. How are you doing today? It's been quite a long time actually. But yeah, I'm doing well, dude. Had a pretty decent day so far, and decided to play some more Valhalla, so we can kind of like finish all the content before we head into the first DLC for Valhalla, the Wrath of the Druids. But yeah, doing quite well with Valhalla as well, like progress-wise. At this point, we finished 100% everything from Kent and Sussex to I guess Shropshire and Leicestershire. So at this point we only really have like 1, 2, 4 regions left in England, I think. So there's definitely an end in sight eventually, but still loads of content to go through. But yeah, what I'm gonna do is basically I finish Lincolnshire, and then I'm gonna start something called Evor's Travel Years. And what I'm gonna do is basically play the 2 DLCs, Wrath First and then Siege. And then I also will travel to Vinland. Kind of like, you know, have like Eivor, I don't know, visit like different locations one after the other. I kind of figured, you know, that it really makes more sense playing it mid-game, even though it doesn't align historically. But it just makes more sense, I think, for Eivor's story arc. So yeah, gonna be doing that. And also unlock some nice content and like, you know, equipment that we can use for the ending chapters of England. Pigeon, you twisted your leg and dislocated your kneecap in your sleep. That sounds awful. How did that happen? Did it just like, did you like randomly turn and it happened? But yeah, that really sucks. I hope you know, you're gonna recover from that eventually. Yeah, I've actually watched Rod play quite a bit of Mad Max. It looked really cool, like gameplay wise. I enjoyed it, and also kind of like the environments. The sandstorms are pretty epic. And be like general feel for like, you know, driving and stuff. So I'm interested in playing it. It's also on my list of games to check out. So I'm sure I get around playing it. But yeah, I don't think I would do 100% run though, because Rod did one as well. And looked very...
They will attack on sight here.
Like it looked like, you know, so much content and collectibles and stuff. of that's another thing when they have DLC that takes place timeline-wise data. You want players to be able to do them whenever. Yeah, they really like kind of like try to do that right, like so you can play it whenever, but it doesn't really consider what happens at the end of Valhalla main game and Eivor's realization. So it really, for me, it doesn't make sense for Eivor's story arc to play it after the main game. At least to me, it's like super unsatisfying, not having that character evolution be considered, I guess. I mean, there's definitely a ton of those games, I would say. Like, they've become so much more popular. I reckon the Batman Arkham games would be one. Tomb Raider. The new Spider-Man games, if you ever played those. Like open world with, like camps and clearing out enemies and stuff. Yeah, I mean, Tomb Raider isn't quite like, kind of like having like a checklist or stuff like this, I guess, but it's still like, bases which you can infiltrate and clear out of enemies and stuff. Watch Dogs would also form to that category, I guess. There's nothing most DLCs that really builds upon the main game story of characters. Yeah, it's more like, I guess, more adventures for Eivor, and that's the way I'm gonna treat them, I guess. But yeah, it's fine, but I don't mind, finishing with the main game story because it's amazing, and it would be nice to kind of like, say goodbye to Valhalla with what we will find out at the end. Yeah, I did watch the AC movie. How did you like that one? Can I go up here and then assassinate him? Guess not. It's a good movie, but you're not 100% on it. Yeah, I don't think it's like, the perfect game adaptation or like, the best movie I've ever seen. But I think it was pretty solid for what it was trying to achieve. But yeah, obviously it would have worked better if they had maybe considered doing like a bit more of a slow-paced story, focusing a bit more on some of the modern day aspects, because there's like a ton of stuff they cut out for, movie length essentially. But obviously they tried to appeal to like a whole lot of different crowds at the same time, and that's where the movie doesn't quite achieve, pleasing like every group, I guess. So yeah, like there's definitely some stuff for old school fans, but it's not like, super in-depth either. And at the same time, it can be intriguing to like newcomers, but they don't really understand anything beyond the animus, it seems, at least. Like, I watched the AC movie when it came out in the cinema, actually. And I was there with like a bunch of friends, like we were at least 10 or so. And Like, you know, most of them haven't played the AC games, and I was like the only one who actually understood the movies, so I guess that kind of like showcases that they didn't quite, you know, get to reach those who, you know, don't know too much about the series. I guess at that point you could have also just committed to being like, you know, niche, I guess, for the fans. I don't know. Look at the latest buff and weapon. A Danex. Increase attack when surrounded by more than 3 enemies. Yeah. Not that exciting. It's quite the heavy, kind of like, approach you have to take. Like, you always have to fight against, like, more enemies. Or to be effective. But you're leaning towards doing the Asuka Newton pass after you finish the main story for a second run. That's interesting, actually. It would make, I guess, what happens at the end more of a plot twist, I guess. Yeah, I would probably agree with that, Pigeon. But it's a tough balance. Gamers who know the series don't need to know the things that unaware audience members need to know, yet you need to have it be understandable to general audiences. Exactly. It's definitely a tricky kind of like way of explaining a story in, you know, less than 3 hours, I guess. By trying to please like so many different potential watchers. Yeah, New Game Plus is a nice feature. If you just wanna, you know, avoid like the grind and stuff like that. Just play with like, you know, most overpowered skills from the get-go. I reckon Valhalla's not gonna get New Game Plus until like all the major content has released, like all the DLCs and stuff. You meant like difficulty New Game Plus. Okay. So kinda like what Horizon Zero Dawn does. I haven't played the New Game Plus for either yet, but it's kind of like a more difficult mode, I think, at the same time. I wrote the first Mortal Kombat movie was done at a time when there were only 3 games. You think that can allow less time spent explaining things to unaware audiences because there's not as much to cover. But for AC it had been around for 9 years and so many games by the time the movie was made. Yeah, dude, like games and, you know, side media. And also like, you know, the way AC in general is like kind of like based on, you know, have certain philosophical motives and stuff, which also takes like a bit of understanding and explanation to do. Like it's very easy just, you know, breaking it down on like the, you know, basics of like, I don't know, order and liberty or something, but obviously it goes way deeper than that, and it's also, I think, tricky to kind of like explain and showcase in that amount of time. Yeah, I mean, I definitely get it, Pigeon. But, you know, it's never too late to go back and play them again. Because in my opinion, they're still, you know, so good and so much fun. and I can't wait to play them yet again. But yeah, I wouldn't mind, you know, having like a new AC game that feels like more of an old school AC game. Like, you know, really embrace the whole assassin fantasy, be like part of a brotherhood. Kind of like Unity, I guess, in a way, but you know, still have like a strong narrative intertwined with like other games and stuff. But yeah, the issue is a little bit that they go by setting nowadays, right? Not by character or like overarching story. Obviously, AC1 to AC2 was also setting choice, but it's not like, you know, Renaissance Italy was like the most popular time period for people who want to visit. Definitely served characters well. Also, thank you for the lurk marks. Welcome into it. I haven't really checked out the Rockstar remaster yet, to be honest. I've only seen the memes about it. But yeah, I'm gonna, I guess, check them out once I intend on giving them a try. Which might be sooner than later, actually, because those will be contestant for Retro Sundays, which I will be doing starting next Sunday. I'll be checking out more for older games. But yeah, playing like San Andreas and Vice City and stuff would definitely be nice for those days. But the first-hand movie jumps between present day and the past time period. The past sections are spread out amongst the present day events. I think an inverse of the approach for the AC movie would have been good. Less present day and more past. Yeah. It's kinda tricky, I guess. I think it would have definitely appealed to more people if they would have focused more on the past, because that's what people are interested in general, it seems, with AC. I think people that, you know, are deeply interested in modern day are pretty small percentage, I think. But yeah, I think overall AC probably works better in like a show format, but with like high production and narrative quality value, you know. Just like have more time to tell stories that are just like, you know, taking place over like, you know, multiple days and weeks. I kind of like also feel a bit like you're you know, kind of like seeing time progress and stuff. I don't know, just really feels rushed otherwise, you know. But yeah, whenever I guess the official AC show launches, I'm looking quite forward to that. I just hope they have like, you know, competent writers that understand the lore. Yeah, AC1 is definitely a game with a repetitive nature. I will agree. I guess it depends if you kind of enjoy the repetition, right? Because AC1 is all about the assassin fantasy, I guess. And I think they really nail that. You know, kind of like the whole investigation leading up, you know, to your main objective of killing the target. Then I think, like, what makes it interesting to me, apart from, you know, liking that fantasy already, and the way they made the first game about it, is the actual like dialogue quality. Like, I think, to be honest, like AC1 has like one of my favorite AC games, because just the dialogues are so damn well written. Especially if you enjoy, you know, a bit more thoughtful conversations with like philosophical nature. Also, I really enjoy the setting of AC1, I have to say. Like, well before AC1 launched, I was like really interested in Crusades and stuff.
Back, dog! Back!
You two again. Bent over the barrel of another adventure, I see.
This is his fault. I told him they looked like bandits, but he insisted on cheating them out of coin. We need to leave. Some of them went to fetch firewood. They will be back any moment.
There is no we in this. Your brother, your problem.
What? No, please. Look at him. He is dead weight.
Dead await soon. You should hurry.
If I have to carry him, we will never make it out of here alive. Please.
Well, let's help you then. Yeah, the Ezio games are great, Pigeon. I just really enjoy, like, you know, playing them back to back, like 2 Brotherhood Revelations. It's so good. And then the end with Revelations, you know, when Ezio lays down his weapons and the whole revelation happens. It's just, yeah, fields upon fields. What do you think for general audiences it would have been good if they kept the fact that these events are being relived as memories via the animus by someone in present day until towards the end of the movie? Fans would know, of course, but general audiences would be surprised. That's actually interesting. You know, have that be the plot twist kind of like deal. Because, I mean, they're also like kind of like a bit of like, you know, a plot twist for AC1 when people finish playing that. Like, you know, people like theorize like what, you know, does it mean and stuff. Maybe it would work like a similar feeling for people, you know, having no idea about AC and having that, you know, be like the ending point. I think it would have been a nice twist, actually. I would love if I went back to that era and aesthetic for a game. Me too, dude. Yeah, would have been nice maybe to have like a connecting game between Valhalla and AC1. Because surely they could showcase, you know, the very early days of the Templar Order and the influence that Alfred ultimately made on it, I guess. But yeah, I would love a game between Valhalla and AC1. And then AC1 and AC2, like one between them. Genuinely glad he got like a happy ending and it wasn't just usual we am better so I get a gruesome setup where I lose everyone. A story where everyone seems to get these days. Imagine a game baby between Brotherhood and AC1. Yeah. Or Black Flag, sorry. Black Flag, not Brotherhood. Black Flag and AC1. I mean, it would be interesting. But yeah, I think it's also great how they finished Ezio's story. And it's also nice if you watch Embers to kind of like really give him closure. Seeing how his life is, you know, once he actually stops being an assassin, I guess. And what that life also has cost him a little bit, you know, like a lot of time, obviously. He never gets to see his, you know, children fully grow up or, you know, gets kids of themselves. And of course also like, you know, like physically being an assassin for so long really did tear him down. But there's definitely also a certain, like, you know, kind of like contentment with what he did. And it's, you know, could still have like a peaceful feeling before he died, I guess. But we need to stop teasing elements and aesthetics and actually do them proper and full. Yeah, exactly. More doing and less talking. Like it's AC1 story and stuff, but it's with the ship edits and some of your targets are like on ship in the middle of a traveling fleet. Yeah. I mean, you definitely had like a few missions in Black Flag where it feels a little bit like that, I guess, but I guess being an assassin in the whole like pirate thematic, a bit like, I guess, Freedom Cry, where you play Adivali. Kinda be nice, actually. The assassinations before focus within
like you.
like a
There
naval
may not
setting.
be much between your ears, but you are not the problem here.
Thank you. This way.
Which way? That way?
Think again, Saxon filth. There is no besting these sons of Ragnar. Soon the world will know us by name.
A sleep talker. Just what I needed.
Nothing against sleep talkers. Wait.
See this? Do you see it? This blade was forged by Grundle. Grundle Thundersmith, greatest of all blacksmiths. One nick, and your life essence will shoot out of you like a geyser from the depths of Norway. You laugh. Am I a joke to you? Do I look like a jester? That is what I thought. You will think again before laughing behind my back. No one laughs at me. No one.
Cast him aside when this is done. For your sake.
Is he still alive? I have no idea. Yeah, the Freedom Cry DLC is really good if you kind of like want to play with more of like an assassin motivation, I guess, within that setting of the Caribbean. And yeah, Adivad is a great character in my opinion. Like, I already loved him in the main game of Black Flag as a first mate to Edward. And I could really understand when he kind of like, you know, broke out with a jackdaw and made his own way, because I mean, Edward was pretty selfish for, you know, a lot of Black Flag. But I also really enjoy, you know, Edward's character evolution, of course, especially in the last couple of sequences. But yeah, I can understand why Adiwali did what he did. But speaking of talking, Evis apparently said in the latest investors call something along the lines of future of a series including things that have been in the 8 games since the beginning. It's like, you believe it when you see it. Yeah, I mean, at this point, you know, if it happens, then it will probably just be like fan service, but... or like an Easter egg or something. But will it actually make a difference, or lack of importance, or even make sense within, you know, of a series established? That's the question. But yeah, given that all of our choices have been mostly made in the interest of money, it seems, recently, with this series, I also tend to doubt the good intentions about that. pretty good. Okay. Doesn't like being on a horse, apparently. I haven't played the Deus Ex games actually before, but they look really interesting. I watched Rod play them a couple of times. But do you think it's just saying that as a way to try and smooth over things with certain sections of fan base to entice them to gain interest, in the hopes they would buy more games based on that in order to give the investors confidence that investments will be rewarded? Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a pattern, you know, where they have done that in the past. Like, you know, how they try to win over a lot of people of the fan base of AC with Odyssey, saying that it's a whole lot more about, you know, the Isu and the Pieces of Eden, and kind of like, you know, because it's like closer to the Isu times by like 400 years, which isn't much considering there's still like 74,000 years between. And obviously, you know, that whole part of the story was there, like there were a Piece of Eden, and there was like Isu lore, but it was just horrible. And given that, you know, that the same team that handled that thing is now leadership of the next AC experience, I do agree with what you know, just wrote there. They just like to kind of like, you know, sweeten the reputation a little bit in the eyes of fans.
There they are! After them!
Look! There! Stay close to me.
Come on, then!
Yeah, they do look really good, Pigeon, and they also seem to have a really good story as well. But yeah, I think I would actually start with the very first Deus Ex, like really work my way from start to beginning, start to end. But it's hot PR speak, really. I mean, yeah. Like everything, you know, this has to say at this point, you can bet that it's just like, you know, influenced by what people, you know, tell him, or kind of like, you know, how they counsel him to say what would be beneficial, I guess. Just have to look how the whole, you know, situation was handled with like, you know, all the allegations and stuff.
This is where we part ways.
Yes. My thanks. Thank you.
Stop thanking me and listen closely. This life does not suit you. There are people out there who would kill you over these petty squabbles.
This I have realized.
If your idiot brother hatches another one of his glory-seeking plans, take your fist and slam it right between his eyes. Or better yet, punch him in his cock. He will listen.
Punch his cock. Yes. That should get the point across. Thank you. You will never see us again.
Good.
Punch him in his cock.
What is? Ah, we made away with the coin, didn't we? Poor fools never suspected us. We're more clever than we look, eh? Where are you going, brother? You must tell the details of this great victory.
I am going home.
that might work. It was motivational speech. Yeah, he always knows how to, you know, have a point across.
Now! Get the murdering heathen!
Hey Veiki. I play on PC actually.
I must be careful now. Yeah! Yeah! Troll cursed corruption lurks here.
Dude, I love the atmosphere in Valhalla. Just how, you know, dark and dreadful it is. There's actually a reason for a lot of people to not like the setting too much of Valhalla, but for me it's a reason to actually love it. But yeah, obviously it's a very subjective thing, right? Like some people just prefer like very bright and vibrant colors, like how it's done in Odyssey. .100% Brotherhood. It's actually really nice. I enjoy doing 100% in Brotherhood. Obviously there's a couple collector boards like the flags and stuff, but I think you can get them, you know, quite easily if you just do them whenever you come across them. But I think my next time I play Brotherhood I will also do 100% because I haven't done that in like 2 years or so. My last run was kind of like no upgrades, so it was like very minimal in terms of like what I've done. Okay, I think we have mainly the southeast left here of Lincolnshire. So have this mystery. And where's the last one? Okay. Doesn't seem like the last one is currently displayed in Lincolnshire.
Welcome.
Okay, we actually don't have too much money currently, because I bought like a lot of items from a shopkeeper recently. I think I go back to Pastland. I quite like the look of it, also with saddle and clothing.
I hope to see you again soon.
I will see you later, friend. I should be cautious around here.
set in the whole Merlin time. Yeah, would be interesting as well. The Knights of the Round Table. Okay, so I have one up here. On the stump there. What? I had the assassin. Why didn't that work? Okay, whatever. Let you press assassinate, but didn't work.
You'll be impaled!
Like we're from Merlin the Knights and have to get go kill enemy people, cause a major threat to Arthur and such. Yeah, I mean they really would have to give you like a good explanation for why you would work for you know, them. Because usually the assassins don't take any orders, right? They work for, I guess, their own cause. Then maybe they would find a way for why the Knights of the Round Table are in association with the assassins.
What see you, old friend?
a scroll with a swan seal upon it. To my young swan, we are blessed to be here with you words of Lincolnshire. It is here in the lush lands of Hatfield Chase where we exchange with the kings of the smaller kingdom, still with each their own glowing throne. As authors noted, the hunt here is plentiful. Wolves, foxes, and even the occasional bear. Remember, we are yellow bellies from the Wapentake and the ancient hollows. Our sheep graze the mustard fields and our poppy heads make us happy. And when you hunt, remember that you are part of a long line of Anglian kings of Lindsey. Good folk and yellow bellies from warden to god. Your father hunt both wrecks of the Lindsey folk. That's of course the father to Hunwald, right here. The new alderman of Lincolnshire. Okay, now the mystery spawned. Interesting.
Sure! Yeah!
Look what they have done to it.
We should stop coming here, Skeggy. It only saddens you and angers me.
Yes. Yes, you are right.
Then let's go and never come back.
Just a moment longer.
This area is off limits. You looking to set foot in there? I would not advise it.
In my youth, I could. Both of us could. We would not think twice about taking back what is ours.
You lived here?
It was a fishing village once. Built it with our bare hands, all of it. But bandits drove us out the moment they saw how plentiful the waters were. The fish here are not shy, and they are difficult to sate.
You make it hard to resist. I may have to see for myself.
It will not be easy. Why not take my wife with you? Stickler would love to raise hell against these dogs.
What would it serve? Only a matter of time before more roving bandits catch a whiff of this place.
We know. Such is the case in all of Lincolnshire. But it would be a small victory. A chance to dip our feet for a while.
All right, I'll take her. Always good to rekindle a flame. On me, Stickler. We will wet your blade with her bones.
It is long overdue.
If I assassinate one, I think the other one will be immediately alerted. mind. They didn't see me though.
That's it.
They looked in the other direction.
All this blood! The waters will run red! Will take long. They fight like children!
What the heck?
Longed for this!
He's still alive. Oh, he isn't.
You're difficult to sate. I like it. You fight with great passion, Stickler.
Save you now.
Time to beat the rules.
Stop and face.
I have longed for this!
Yeah, she definitely has. Hey, Bibliotech. Welcome in, mate. Good day to you. I hope you're having a good one so far.
All this blood! The waters will run red!
You're difficult to sate. I like it. You fight with great passion. You fight with great passion, Stickler.
They fight like children!
You fight with great passion, Stickler.
You could make a meme out of this, you know. Stickler isn't doing anything. Evo's just, you know, minding his own business, and he's like fighting with great passion.
blood! The waters will run red!
Where you'll escape. Damn flames!
I have longed for this!
Okay, so I reckon there's still more to fight here.
I need your eyes, my friend.
We basically have to kill like every single enemy in this kind of like camp, I guess.
They fight like children!
You're difficult to sate. I like it.
They fight like children!
I think we have everybody. Maybe it's time to head back to the other guy.
You're difficult to sate. I like it.
All this blood! The waters will run red!
You fight with great passion, Stickler.
Okay, so I reckon we haven't killed everybody then. Otherwise,
I longed for this!
okay. Otherwise, we'll be able to interact there, I think. Okay, that's a few guys.
Hey! Come here, bloodbag!
You fight with great passion, Stickler. That is all of them.
Skekki will be thrilled. Let us go to him.
Okay.
I am impressed.
Stickler is a stout fighter. Worthy enough to raid with the best Drengir. It may be what she is destined for.
You honor her, and believe me, I have tried. But she is stubborn, insists on looking after this old and frail hound.
When you die, have her seek me out.
You jest, but I shall take you up on it. Until then.
Okay, let's get some more stealth damage here. And let's also increase the spear, I guess, because we're using it anyways. Giving us double of what we have displayed here, because we have 2 spears currently.
Show me what lies ahead. Be my eyes, Sunan.
Alright, so we are almost done with Lincolnshire at this point. Let's have a look what we have left. Okay, there's a couple of opportunities up here. And we still have this mystery, which I have no idea how to solve, currently at least. There also must be another artifact somewhere. These guys are aggressive to us from the get-go. Haven't gotten even into the area.
Go, my eyes.
Ah, okay, so down here is the artifact. I see. And down here we also have quite a bit more wealth. Holy shit, actually. Like, Lincolnshire is so big and there's like so much wealth hidden across the entire map. It really goes from like where Ravensthorpe begins, like, you know, on the same height. And goes all the way up here to, you know, Overshire, essentially. Actually massive as a region. Just a bit of a free stunt. Kind of funny, you know, I didn't even jump with the horse down. The horse just decided to jump after me. Still alive? Damn. I didn't expect that. What bag? Why is everybody catching fire? And Kelly and Dove, thank you so much for the tier 1 subscription. Thank you very much. And welcome to the subgroup of having, you know, all the awesome emotes. I hope you enjoy them. Zerot, like, surviving Bed 4. It's like, you know, Cassandra in disguise. Yeah, I don't know, Benji, it's kinda interesting how it just escalated all of a sudden. So why couldn't I assassinate this guy? Alrighty, so I think we're basically done in the northern part of Lincolnshire now, minus that mystery. Let's go to the south here. I want to get the last wealth and artifact. Yeah, there's so much in Lincolnshire. Probably one of the longest regions we worked on so far. It's kind of interesting as well because it actually doesn't have that many mysteries compared to other regions. I mean, it's still like a solid amount, but there's definitely some with have more. In comparison, like size-wise as well. thoughts on the rumored AC Infinity. I'm not looking too much forward to it, to be honest. Reason being that while I do think that such a platform could have potential, it seems like the motivation of Ubisoft is kind of like in favor of like, you know, the live service model, and ultimately the money that supporting the games like Valhalla and Odyssey, as long as they have kind of like gotten them already, plus pushing, you know, aspects like microtransactions and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm very, I don't know, I'm not very excited for it so far. Reason also being that they announced that the team behind Odyssey is the one now in charge of like the series, and they really don't know what they're doing with like the story stuff of the series. So I don't have the biggest hopes of it either. But I still think, you know, that it can, you know, kind of like surprise me, maybe even in a positive way. But currently I'm not betting on it. Apparently Infinity won't be a free platform according to the investor's call. You have to pay for it and then any packs are released on top. Yeah, that's what I assumed as well. Like I have like a base price and then gotta pay extra for all the additional content. Yeah, that's definitely true, Blue Tech. I don't really have a lot of high expectations, so I'm definitely not, you know, hoping for like the next AC experience that would change my life. I don't think that's gonna happen, so I don't think I will get too disappointed. Holy shit, the damage. Take me. I'm gonna stun you. Or not.
I feel stronger already.
And hey the demise. Welcome in, mate. Good day to you. I hope you're having a good one so far. Kelly, what was wrong with Odyssey? Sorry you're new to the franchise, so you know a lot. That's no worries whatsoever. I'm happy to elaborate, Kelly. No worries. So, yeah, Odyssey, while being a very fun game, kind of does contradict a lot with like the rest of the series of what they have like established. Mostly in connection to, you know, the way they treat kind of like Isu lore, like the ones that came before. But also, you know, kind of like structuring the story in a way where choices decide about so many things. You know, really making it unclear as to what really has happened. And for modern day also being like awfully written. So there's like loads of like story and narrative issues. And that's like the major aspect. But then there's also like logical issues as well. With like, you know, how the stuff of the Spear of Leonidas works, and it has like all these, you know, abilities and stuff like, you know, getting like literally invisible. But at the same time also like healing you, right? It's like, it's a matter of every piece of Eden before had like one task or like one kind of like function. And then you have like the stuff of the Spear of Leonidas, and you know, it does like all of these things and more. They really just tried to create a certain game, but they didn't really think too much about, you know, how they can explain it within the AC kind of like story. So yeah, it just really has a lot of like narrative issues, Kelly. But it's still like, you know, a fun game. You don't think too much about it being part of a series, but yeah, it's very disappointing in that regard if you have played the other AC games. Surprising that we're switching up from the recent trilogy, considering Valhalla was the second most profitable game ever. Yeah, I mean, I guess they're just really trying to push further what they have been building up. So I guess there's gonna be more customization, more RPG mechanics, I reckon, and yeah, like more live service content, which Valhalla is kind of like set up as well, right? Like Valhalla will also be the longest supported AC game. Yeah, I think Ubisoft also realizes they have to switch up the gameplay a little bit, and you know, kind of like the premise from one generation of AC games to the next one, because it's always like happened. Like seeing how it went from Black Flag to Unity, and then from Syndicate to Origins. But yeah, I guess they realize that they have to keep things a little bit fresh every now and then. Also, I've overshot. A bit confused with there being a new AC game coming out this year. There won't, no. At least not officially announced, and they would have if it would still release in 2021. Currently, the only rumor, like the only possibility I guess that's realistic, is that in 2023 earliest would be AC Infinity. But I mean, I guess you can be sure that something's gonna happen until then, like maybe the AC show. Maybe, like there's also rumors about maybe another game being like in progress. It is supposed to release between Infinity and Valhalla. But I guess it wouldn't be like a major deal. I think most of the resources are going into Infinity, which can't really expect before 2023. Maybe even 2024, more likely. But yeah. Have you noticed any of the issues with Odyssey with this Valhalla game? Not so much. And it really like stands and falls with the writers, in my opinion. Because Valhalla actually had a narrative director who worked on the series since almost the beginning, essentially. So he really understands, you know, kind of like the overarching story and how he has to connect things. And what's actually good about Valhalla, the writing, is that they really address the issues that Odyssey created and even make sense of them. So it kind of like salvages a bit of like Odyssey's story. And that being said, though, it's not the perfect story, I don't think, or I mean, whatever that is, right? But I think there's also things they could have done better. It's mostly in connection to like word events, like random side quests, but also kind of like the length of the game in general. Like, I do love Valhalla, you know, but it is an extremely long game, and I think it would have been good to maybe give you like a bit less stuff to collect, and maybe a bit more story content. But also kind of like, I don't know, maybe make less story arcs be required to finish the game. I don't know. Maybe the ones that aren't crucial. Like, for example, I think the Essex one isn't really of any major importance, is it? Like, I'm not even sure that Alliance will pay off as well. We did get Rollo as a Yoms Viking, but if that's like the only like permanent outcome, then I think that could have been like one of the story arcs could be easily skipped. So I think most issues of Valhalla's writing is like of pacing nature. So just like, you know, having like too little main story sometimes in comparison to like all the side content you have. But that's also a general Ubisoft thing if you do completions, I guess. So for me, it's like also a choice that I have like at make, right? Like of playing Valhalla with like literally everything in it. But yeah, it really doesn't have these, you know, logical issues that Odyssey has. To answer your question, Kelly. The post-launch content in Valhalla wasn't well received, right? It wasn't too well received by most of the people, I don't think. Like, I don't think a lot of people like loved it, so to say. But that didn't change the fact that people logged in to play it, right, Benji? And I think that's what Ubisoft is looking at, kind of like the number of like, you know, player engagement and how they keep coming back to the game. Because it also means like more people are spending more time on the game and will potentially buy more microtransactions.
Tight, yeah!
So that's like, I think also a big thing. Also Mona, welcome in, mate. Moin, mein guter Herr. Wie geht es dir heute? Ich hoffe, du hattest ein wunderschönes Wochenende. Thank you so much, Mona, for the 14 months of tier 2 resubbing, Wo. How's everything with you? I hope you're well and that you had a good weekend. Demise, you good? Chilling at the moment and having just been given some Tim Hortons coffee. A nice way to relax after work. How's the Viking going? It sounds very nice, Demise. Definitely hope you enjoy the coffee and the chilling. Yeah, it's going quite well. We're currently just finishing up with Lincolnshire. And once Lincolnshire is finished, we're basically ready to start the Wrath of the Druids DLC next stream. So, yeah, getting to that DLC content. Also, Ava Grace, good day to you. Welcome in. Particularly like the word events, it made the word feel less empty, not as if there was a lot of running without anything happen. I definitely agree. Yeah, I like the word events like from a structure point. That, you know, you don't spend like ages on them and they don't take you too far away either. And yeah, they're like short and sweet really. And overall, I do enjoy them. It just, I feel like there could be also, like I feel like a lot of them just have like a very funny nature, I guess. Which I guess is a good balance to like the main quests. But I wouldn't mind if some of them also had like a bit of like maybe a darker vibe or something. I don't know. I feel like a lot of them are comedic relief, you know. So I feel like the writing could have been a bit different at times. But I really do like them overall, and that they kind of like replace the more tedious and really lengthy side quests of Odyssey. But if I won't do it, but getting back to basic, smaller scale would be a good change. Would disappoint massive open world game fans, but sometimes you have to scale things down. Exactly, yeah. Like I really don't mind, you know, having like only 50 hours of content if I do Completionist. Like that's more than enough. Also to tell a good story. You just have to kind of like focus on what you wanna, you know, embrace, I guess. It make that like really good. Like as the mice says, less is more. And focus on making the little, like the small amount of things you have like really good. Thanks, Mona. Got back Saturday from visiting your son, didn't want to come home, but yeah, that's understandable. But I hope you guys had a good time together. I hope he's doing well. Yeah, I'm doing good, Grace. Had a pretty decent day so far. Playing some more Valhalla, which is always a good time. And yeah, as I mentioned, we're getting quite close to starting the DLC content for Valhalla. So I'm kind of actually excited for like the change of scenery and also to unlock those new weapons and stuff. Like the sickle swords in Ireland are actually quite nice. Scavenger's note. Let's. This is what we do. Board up the doors and windows We need to make this lot look abandoned, or the bandits of the West Ruins will come. We use a window above to enter and exit, and make our trips only on the darkest nights when even the moon cannot be seen in the sky. Owner here, thank you for asking. You didn't get to travel as you wanted to, but you did get to the Grand Canyon. It was a sight to behold. That sounds awesome, Owner. Yeah, when I was doing my road trip in the States, we also planned to go into the Grand Canyon. But then our battery in the car died and we got stuck for like 5 to 6 hours. So we didn't make it in time to Grand Canyon. And we kinda had to skip that part to get to LA in time. But I hope that one day, if I ever get back, that I get the chance to see it. Was it your first time being there, Mona? Yeah, the blockchains really sound awful, to be honest. Like, I don't want to spend ages to unlock content. I want to have the content with, you know, paying money once, but I guess it's not gonna happen. You didn't see me.
Time to die!
Even though you lived in Arizona for a couple of years, you never made it there. I gotcha. That's very nice. I can only imagine the sight of it. But next there will be UB tax. In order to play the games that rely on the servers, you have to pay a tax to Ubisoft. Yeah. You know, they can't just pay for the servers by themselves, I mean. That's too much to ask for. You know, Ubisoft was flexing that they want to be pioneers in FTS. Like, that's not a good thing, Ubisoft. Yeah, I also read that and I was like, yeah, is that really the trends you want to be setting nowadays, you know? Yeah, apparently it is. increases the damage. Was insane. Like a ranged poison, almost one-shot attack. It definitely seems to be the case, Brutek. Yeah, they should kind of like trust that, you know, even with like creative decisions and, you know, like like kind of like games that aren't primarily creatively motivated by money, you can still make a lot of profit. I guess not as much as they want to have. When it was such a clear day, you could see the other side 12 kilometers. It almost didn't seem real. But I can imagine. I mean, I've seen some great views like in the mountains and stuff, but not like that, you know. Did you make any photos, Mona? But after your current Valhalla run, you think you stick to having the guaranteed assassination turned off? There's something a bit more strategic feeling having it turned off. Yeah, I think it's definitely nice having that mini game. Like, I don't mind it, like the timing for it, because it's still like quite forgiving, I think, and it's very rare that I failed like any time really. Like, it does happen every now and then, but overall it's like a nice kind of like time challenge. Yeah, I mean, Infinity could turn out, you know, way better than a lot of us think. But yeah, we just have to see, I guess, you know. At this point, it's just all rumors, really, like mostly at least. So until we have like, you know, proper insight and like presentation of like early look of the game and how it's like built up, I think it's only make a little sense to discuss too much in depth about it. I took a few happy snaps of a Kenyan and the kiddo. Oh, very nice, Mona. Yeah, if you want to share some photos of the mountains, feel free to do so. Letter to Sparting Astita, Lord. I'm proud to write to inform you of our success. We have taken over the village, cut down and strung up any and all who stood in our way. This is Spartinga's territory now. The men have already begun setting up the river to move the wares. We wait to hear from you. Sinvin. Yeah, same here, Rod. I'm gonna wait what they announce and how it looks like. And, you know, if it doesn't look good, then I'm not gonna buy it. Yeah, if it actually, you know, makes me hope, like Valhalla did, then I'm probably gonna get it. Like, you know, after Odyssey, I was also like I wasn't very hyped for Valhalla at first. Especially when I saw the first look, because it looked too much like Odyssey to me at first. Then I played it, and also like seeing the, you know, like gameplay in-depth trailer, and I was like, okay, yeah, this is actually legit. When I saw like, you know, the team behind it as well, like I was like, yeah, chances for it to deliver is actually there after Odyssey.
anything my way.
Yeah, I was very curious to see the Sense of Time remake. I'm not too sure about the graphics style. Like, to me, it actually looks less aesthetically pleasing than the first game. Even though the textures and stuff are, you know, better. But I'm still curious to see, you know, it could still turn out like great gameplay-wise at least. Yeah, I don't know what it is with like remakes and remasters and stuff. Like they always, like often don't seem to really capture the like aesthetic feeling, I guess, that the original games had. Isn't this like an entrance? What the fuck? That's like too black for me. It looks like you could go in there. It's actually shut off. But you hope that with all the delays for what the graphic and aesthetic were given an overhaul. That's true, yeah. There's also like quite some time since they announced it and shown like an early look at it. They might still have changed a little bit about it. Okay, I think we are done here. Let's go up there. Hey Velitis, welcome in mate, thank you for joining. It's going very good, yeah. Thanks more Valhalla, currently working on Lincolnshire, but almost done with this region. Yeah, that was a weird window, to say what is Benji. But if you with Prince of Persia have a Sense of Time remake bombs and they decide to do a new game and the bombs too, they should give up the rights to the IP and let someone else make them. Yeah, maybe make it like, you know, like an open kind of like license, akin to like how Star Wars is ended nowadays. Wouldn't mind somebody else trying something to do something with it. Because it really still has a lot of promise, I think. The Raven not do anything. I went up the enemy's ass. It should have do it. Yeah, this game looks really good. I love Valhalla's graphical style. to like Bethesda, they put MMO project to another studio. Did they? Yeah, maybe that's not a bad idea actually. Yeah, Ubisoft should just outsource an AC project to Panic Studios, I think it's what they're called. Which is the studio that is independently led by Patrice Désilets, the creator of AC. Just outsource it to him and let him make an AC game again. Easy. Did he just do the Sonner's Kiss fatality with flying eggs? Did he? Or they still focus on what they normally do? Yeah. I guess depending on how much developers you have as well and how many studios, that might be a good call. He got a cup of arrows up its ass. Sorry, you're being way too silly. That's right, Lattice. I mean, that board did definitely got some up its ass, so. But yeah, it's funny the ways you can deal with enemies in this game. Oh, hey there. Oops. Horse on fire. Oh. Don't die. Should my horse die? Okay, it's still fine. Yeah, Ubisoft has so many studios, like also, you know, like if you look at Valhalla, like obviously Moncho at the leading development part of it. But, you know, they still assign like individual territories to different studios and stuff. Like it's still, you know, a project made up of like so many studios and so many developers. It's insane. Especially considering that at the start of like AC, I think they still had like less than 100 developers.
The other side must be barred.
Like active people involved in the making of the game process. Now it's like, you know, like thousands. That parchment. To my sister, Hergive of Lindsay. In 873, the year of our Lord, we were forced from our home by the rabid sporting Gus. We take refuge in the peat swamps of the fens. God has dropped from the heavens the key to his home. We spent many a night reading the Vokas and spreading the goodwill of our Lord. And as our Lord Jesus Christ caught a fish in the mesh of goodwill for the salvation of all, so too have I caught this key and placed it nearer the heavens than you know stand. Let this key be your salvation as well. Godspeed, may we see each other again. Heber of Lindsay. Guess it's up here. Horse on fire fidelity. Now since the horse on fire, you can be the headless horseman of war, or one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Yeah, that would be like a good concept for like a photo mode project. You know, put your horse on fire and then try to stand on it for like a short amount of time until it gets like until you automatically get thrown off. There's also like a pretty sinister looking set in the shop, which would be perfect for it, I think. Alright. That's, I think we're nearly done with Lincolnshire now. Okay, that's also still part of it, technically. You remember to throw your key on the roof and go to work next time. Yeah, definitely like a better hiding point than, you know, hiding it under the mattress or like under the stone or something. Save Anonymous. Welcome in, dude. How's it going?
Go!
Okay, let's have a key here, because I assume we have to get it to get to the cursed artifact here. Or not.
By Odin, the Neathing curse is lifted.
Oh. What's the key for then?
Go, Sunan.
It's connected to this place here.
What do you see, Sunan?
Right, so let's have a look again at Lincolnshire here. They collect all the wealth of the artifacts and of a small miner, I think the one in Leicester, yeah. But yeah, apart from that, we have done everything. We still have a mystery open, but I have no idea how to solve it right now. And we could also go ahead and unfog this area just in case there's like... Actually, I don't think there is something, because if you get the viewpoint, I think you do see where everything is hidden. I'm quite sure. But I might still unfog it, just because. Let's go up here.
To the Swan Road! You salt skulls, got a story?
Apparently no story today from Skadi. It's in a contemplative mood, it seems. What you were saying on the stream of Valhalla recently, there's a way Odyssey could have approached the concept of 2 different DNA strands of the spear instead of what they did. Basically, the dialogue choice would instead be calculations Layla's making with a simulation of the memories, trying to figure out what was actually the ego bearer in Deimos. At the end, she would figure that out. Yeah, you know, like they could have played around with like corrupted memories and all that type of stuff, but it didn't really address at all that, you know, what happens could be the truth or it couldn't be. To kind of like give you also a clear answer at the end, you know, as to like what actually happened. But as the game went on as well, you would have enemies still just like an AC1, but this time pressing any button when they appear on screen would show you what events actually happened. That would also be a nice idea. I agree. That's why I love that feature of AC1, you know, when and press the button where the glitches happen for like additional cutscene feeling. A bit more of that. Also nice because it makes you like part of a cutscene in a way, you know. It really engages you as a player.
Hush now.
Control yourself!
Alright, nothing here. We could already do this raid actually. Because we're in the area. Might as well, right? Like usually I don't do activities in the next region or like a later one. But given that raid actually does benefit us if we do it now already. With like, you know, being able to build more stuff in Ravensthorpe. Just do it.
Vinn om dyrgripar!
But yeah, trying to make those things make sense takes too much effort for you as a Quebec. Yeah, unfortunately it does. They just wanna look on AC fandom and, you know, trust whatever random people write on there.
Monastery, Avon.
Or, you know, like,
Won't be gentle.
don't even play the previous game, it seems. Or check out what actually happened in Origins.
Take Christ's skull! Ah!
Double 4-4. Jesus. You gotta love the AI sometimes and how smart it is. But in AC2 Ezio is an alien from another planet who lost his memory and doesn't know what is not really human. We circle back. Nice. We make sure to do an alien invasion story with franchise in that case. I mean, that sounds like the logical way to approach it.
Hey! Can't do this alone.
Play on! On their way, suelta! Pressure here! No one.
Hey, come here a moment.
Kind of funny if you could still blend in here and like pray a little.
Give me a hand.
The disrespect, you know, raiding the churches while praying to the Christian god. Heathen. How dare you? The infidel. Yeah, that's a good one from AC1 as well.
Help me out here.
Thief, you are filth.
I need money, sir. I'm poor, I'm sick and hungry.
Weapon is still one of my favorites.
Give me a hand with this.
I'll save Ronnie. Welcome in, mate.
A good haul. Let's
How's it going? Oh, what is well with you?
Cast about this land, my friend.
Odin smiles upon us!
Alright. So I think the only thing left really in Lincolnshire now. Yeah, this isn't Lincolnshire anymore. Is the last word event, which I don't really know how to finish currently. Must be something nearby. Gonna check it out one more time. See, we can't solve it. But yeah, then we'll be done with Lincolnshire. We can head back to Ravensthorpe and maybe have a look if we can renovate anything. Got off his straight music. Yeah, dude. Einer Selvig. What a legend. I love how he's been part of the soundtrack, but also of the game as one of the characters on the long ship. Rod Susan Glover at the finest. Yeah, dude. Another voice acting titan in the AC series. Can't wait to hear her again, hopefully, at some point. Ron, it's going well. You're going to work pretty soon, but I thought you would hang out for a bit. I gotcha. Well, thank you for coming by, Ronnie. I hope you had a decent day so far. And the work is gonna be good today. Have you been working on more baking projects, Ronnie?
Yeah. I've never heard of a Hoonwald. I can't even properly say the name. Is it Hoonwald or Hunwald?
Ah, there he is.
They said a day would lie follow close by, and lo and behold. Help me down!
Okay. For some reason they didn't spawn last time, or I just missed them or something.
Seems there's a bounty out on Hunwald.
Oh, he's ruffled some feathers, that much is clear. Do you know him?
I do.
Then the Lord truly is watching over me.
Right place, right time.
Thanks for saving my neck, stranger. I pray I can return the favor someday.
Alright, there we go. Nice. So that does actually finish Lincolnshire now. With everything in it. We've done the main story arc, all the wealth, all the mysteries, all the artifacts, all the small wealth. So yeah, that is a wrap on this region. It was a pretty big region. Like, kind of like, you know, reaches from Ravensthorpe to like almost all the way north. Also, hey, Levy, you survived. Very nice. I hope you had a decent day today at work. Welcome back. Ronnie, you finished the milk bar pie, which was amazing. Sort of like pecan praline, but without pecans. That sounds interesting. How you're supposed to design your own pie. You're not sure where you are going yet. So, what's like one of your favorite pies, Ronnie? If you have one. What a great song by Vajuna is Lefjaberg Healing Mountain. Oh, nice, dude. Thank you for sharing that short. I'm actually gonna open it up so I can listen to it later. Ah, I actually have... Yeah, I know this song when I did some research on Anna Selvig. But definitely listen to it again later. Let me also share one actually. No worries, Mona. I hope the meetings go well. And yeah, thanks again so much for coming by and also for the tier 2 sub earlier. But yeah, I can recommend this one. It's called Fehu. And it's really, really good. Yeah, my day has been pretty good so far, Levy. Very decent. Came back this afternoon and decided to play some more Valhalla. Can't really stream for too long today, but just Just want to kind of like prepare everything so we can start the DLC tomorrow, I think. So tomorrow we go to Ireland, most likely. But yeah, now that we're done with Lincolnshire, we're gonna head back to Ravensthorpe for now. And yeah, we're gonna have a look if we can renovate some stuff, I think. On the best, I used to have Pi Day at work before the pandemic. Oh, did you? Was it like once a week? Or was it like even more often than that? And that's the thing, you love traditional apple pie, but the point of this class is to step out and do something wild and different. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, I guess. We just have to make a wild apple pie. But yeah, I agree, like, I love apple pie, dude. It's so damn delicious. Yeah, you have a point there, Levy. Just a small one.
Have a look, Sunan.
Ah, nice, I can actually renovate Hunwald's and Swanborough's house. And me to that actually, because it connects directly to the Lincolnshire arc. Since Swanborough is kind of like staying with us for now. Yeah, no worries whatsoever, Rod. I hope you enjoyed if you haven't listened to the song yet.
It's Swanborough! Hello!
That's a song I imagined could be like, you know, the vibe of Valhalla before Valhalla launched, before the soundtrack was released, when I heard that, you know, he was doing the music. Especially like the second half sounds really like, you know, something you would hear like during like a battle scene in Valhalla. Maybe flavors of New York, coffee and cheesecake or something, you don't know. Your wife and you will brainstorm tonight after work. I mean, coffee and cheesecake sounds not too bad actually. Would be a bit like tiramisu, right? And the best once a week get the sugar rush to get us through the day. You did crumble Graham cracker pie crust once and it turned out pretty good. Crumble Graham cracker pie. I don't think I ever had that one before. But I mean, I would, you know, taste all the cakes. If you're so hungry, Lo, this is not helping. You still have banana bread, Levy? Maybe get some of that. But yeah, I'm also getting quite hungry. Feeling like Henry from Kingdom Come Deliverance. I'm feeling quite hungry.
Swanborough, you made it.
I did. I should send a letter to Hunwald to give him the news. Oh, you know how he frets over me.
He misses you, that is certain. But as Elderman, he cannot afford to let his grief overpower him.
I pray he fares well. I adore the lad, but I worry the burden will be too great.
He should be fine. He has the heart of a leader. Now come, settle in and enjoy your new home.
You will, but you're making real food first? I mean, that's fair. What are you making today, Levy? Yeah, Eivor is an Eivor when he's hungry. Gotta be careful.
What do you see?
We have a cattle farm, grain farm. Something else? I think that's it currently. trying to make the curry again, the one my sister made, but it's still never be as good. Still good enough. Yeah, we're actually talking about potentially making that tonight. But then my sister was like, we could make the pesto salad since you brought the red wine vinegar. And we haven't had that in a while, so we're gonna make that tonight. Yeah, that sounds delicious though. I love that curry. Could increase this further, apparently. Or we can go for the grain farm. Or the cattle farm, isn't it? Go the grain farm. I think I'd rather go for the cattle since it gives range damage and I want to have as much range damage as possible. What do I put in the grain to make Eivor a better archer? That is a question. I think they make bread out of that grain using aim water to make the dough. Okay, so I think since we finished the Lincolnshire arc, I'm actually gonna go ahead and change my weapon setup here. Question is, what do we go for? I've been using the flares quite a lot. We'll go back to the bearded axe. The hammer. I do like the hammer bearded axe combo, I have to say. I think the Yukon Vazara would make the most sense since it's already on Mythical. So we can upgrade the damage even further. We could like almost mix it out, I think. Yeah, not quite, but almost. Okay, let's see. Ron, you love curry. You went to a really nice Thai place for lunch on Saturday and got the yellow curry. So tasty. That sounds amazing, yeah. Yeah, I do love curries as well, in all shapes and forms. Also like Indian curry, obviously, as well. But they're just so versatile the way you can prepare it. Okay, how about I actually go for speed, maybe? And here we go for stun. Depends is like with banana bread. She didn't really say. She just kind of ate it. I haven't really asked her again, but I think she did really enjoy it. I can ask her again if you like. I mean, she ate it all, so I can only assume that she enjoyed it. I can't see how, you know, somebody couldn't like it. It was damn delicious. Right. I do like this setup, I have to say. Right, time to go into the lab. With office food talk, you're just going to be looking at the clock waiting for lunch. Sorry, dude. But I hope it won't be too awful waiting until lunch happens. But yeah, you have a good one. Hope work goes well, Ronnie. And yeah, we'll catch you all next time. Have a good one, dude.
Stretch your wings, Sunan.
A big shout out to Ronnie as well, Rod. Yeah, for anybody that hasn't checked out Ronnie yet, definitely consider doing so. He's re-entertaining streamer, currently playing some AC Black Flag, where he's doing a playthrough while wearing a kind of like a sailor's hat. But yeah, he's also been playing all kinds of other games, recently some Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2, so lots of like narratively driven story games, so definitely check that out if you haven't yet, and if you're interested in those type of games.
Ah, a new letter.
A letter? For me? To Eivor of the Raven Clan. Bestow and Urki cordially request your presence at the unveiling of New London. Your presence is not needed, but would be warmly welcomed after all you have done for our fair city. With love and friendship, Bestow and Urki. Small writing below. Hi, Broga. Urki. So I gotta actually go to London. Talk to these guys, I guess. And we have Edger's letter. The Eivor of the Wolf Kiss of Ravensthorpe. I must confess further to the great sin and guilt I feel for having betrayed Hunbold and Swanborough. The Ottoman Sea is stable for now, however my heart is not. I regret my actions, however subtle they enabled Herflith to spill the blood of good yellow bellies upon the titles of our Lord. I have so much love for you and respect for what you have endured unfairly. All of my prayers are directed at the light that shines through you and those you protect. Life is impossible, and I turn my eyes up to him. Acha in faith. I mean, I think I try to go back to London and talk to Sto and Urki. So, you know, a question of like, where are they, right? Maybe the government's villa? Yeah, that game is always strong with Ronnie Levy. But Yusuke back, a letter for me. A letter, stop ruining the franchise. Yeah, that's definitely what it should say for us. Any letter written to them. Yeah, poor Jacob. Nobody ever writes him. Except for Maxerov.
She looks good, Stowe. Good enough to attract a horde of Vikings.
That's not a compliment, Eivor. That's just alarming.
But it keeps your back straight and your sword at the ready.
God's truth. I can't relax too much, otherwise I'll float away.
How is Erki? Is he well?
He is. God's kept his spirits and health up. He's waiting for me back at the governor's villa.
I would like to say hello.
You shall. We want to show you the result of all your aid.
Good. Lead on.
Eivor, you've come!
That's kind of interesting. Like, I don't think I've even done this on my first time playing. And I think I might have even missed... I mean, maybe there's still an opportunity, but maybe there's even more opportunities in the regions we have explored so far. Yeah, no worries whatsoever, Levi. You enjoy watching those videos, and yeah, I will definitely talk to you in a few.
Hard to believe this beautiful room was the site of so much violence.
Ah, Lunden's cleaning ladies are the best at removing bloodstains. She could do wonders for your clothes.
And who are these people? There's a few faces I know already.
These are the good citizens of Lunden, here to thank you for your help. Without you, these walls might have crumbled beneath the grasping vines of the Order. And we'd be but poor thieves of heathen scum. So we tip our wrists and raise our voices in thanks.
To Eivor!
Eivor! Eivor, Broka of Clan Raven, Lunden shall ever house you in her welcoming bosom. Skål!
You see? Fresh bricks, a wash of paint. She looks brand new.
Trigger would have killed you for pilfering bricks from the Mithras ruins, no matter how vile that place was.
Well, it's a good thing Lunden's new governor is rather fond of me and my schemes.
Don't you dare drag me into that job. I won't have it.
He rehearsed that for hours.
No speech from me, Stowe, after I saved your ass in Sussex.
No, I remember Sussex quite differently.
You are all patched up and not a leech in sight.
Aye. Odin saw me as too handsome for his hall.
And was it Odin who carried you around for months?
Oh, thank the gods he didn't. Stowe cuts a much handsomer figure.
I do not feel like I have a target on my back when I walk through London these days.
It's a good feeling, isn't it?
And we did it together.
So eat, Eivor. Drink. Be merry. This is your celebration too.
Yeah, dude. And I remember there were also like other letters where they were like inviting us back to talk to them again. I just don't really remember who it was. Would be good to have like maybe a list of letters that you have read so far. Definitely was in Shropshire, I don't think. I do think it was maybe in Kent though. I think in Kent we might have a way to talk to the Bishop, the Olaf again. If it's not too late for that. But yeah, first let's talk to these guys again, see if there's more dialogue and stuff.
Visit me at home sometime. I will show you how the Norse throw a feast.
Can't be much different than a Dane feast, I'd imagine.
We'd be honored, Eivor. But Lunden needs us now more than ever.
Stowe gave me work manning the Springolds. No thanks to you. Still the best shot in London, I am.
There's drinking to be done! Who's with me?
Thank you.
Go on! Bow for it!
That guy.
We want to apologize. With no idea what we were doing or why.
But Stowe got us sorted out. We're glad he gave us another chance.
Oh, that's actually a cool detail. I didn't catch up on this either. So these are the bullies from the beginning of London Arc. When you arrive, you know, like they're kind of like trash talking you and Stowe. And you kind of like, you know, beat the asses. But it's cool they actually apologize, you know, it's like a bit of a positive outcome out of it. do also still have another quest here where we have to obtain the Legionnaire statue. However, I want to wait until we actually have Charisma level 5. Because I haven't done it on my first time, I just stole the statue. But I don't think I have level 5 yet.
I have a friend who needs that little Roman man you have. Octavian of London.
I've a guess who your friend is. And no, Osbert cannot have his greasy pedestrian fingers on something so exquisite.
Osbert?
Oh, that is delicious. Yes, Osbert. A name fit for a poor failure. It'll cost a cow's weight in silver to get it in his hands.
Yeah, so we have the option to go for level 5 Charisma, but we don't have it yet. I think we have to do like one more fighting match and then we get it.
I'm not leaving London without that sculpture.
Then you'll just have to return with more coin, Dane.
I need to keep Maximilian distracted and out of the way if I am to steal that statue.
Yeah, we're not stealing it, though. Let's go back to Ken, though. I want to see if there's... I reckon there should be something in Canterbury. That's like the major city of Kent. Yeah, Rod, I noticed that when I went back to regions I had explored before to kind of like collect small wealth opportunities, that you could still like talk to people you have done missions with, but I think those like cutscenes are kind of rare, we just said. But I guess the letters that you can read are a good indication for where you have to go.
Singulus rivus longe.
Survey the area, Sunan.
Yeah, maybe not in Kent anymore. But yeah, every time we get a letter now, I'm definitely gonna check back to where we have been. In Second Origins, after you finish a quest, you can check back with the people involved and get some more dialogue with them. Exactly, dude. That's something I really loved in Origins, you know? If you want to have that extra story content.
If they see me, this will get messy.
I threw that X into the guy that was already been assassinated. Amazing. Yellow was Shropshire. Ah, that's right, Butek, yeah. Yeah, I was just thinking of like the bishop and thought of Kent because there's also like this this one bishop that you help, right? But I guess I wasn't the one that wrote the letter to us. Okay, let's go to Shropshire in that case. Maybe in Quadford. It's like a major place in Shropshire. Yeah, I guess it's Quadford. Yeah, that's true. Kinda forgot about that. It would be nice to kind of like get the option to still read the already read letters that you have gotten. Would make it a bit easier to go back to exactly where you have to be. Talk to certain people. Yeah, doesn't seem like there's anybody here either. Never mind then. Okay, so I actually don't have too much time left to stream today. However, I want to do one more thing, I think. And that is make a start on one of the trials here of the next mastery challenge. We did get gold for the first one up here in Shropshire for the Van Loken outpost. Got gold on all of the 3. But we haven't done the London yet, so I would like to go there and probably start the Raven one. Bit of stealth. But yeah, next stream of Valhalla we will be jumping directly into the Wrath of the Druids DLC. So all the other stuff like river raids and master challenges will have to wait after that's finished. Okay, we gotta do air assassination, ledge assassinations, we have to remain anonymous, and we gotta steal all the artifacts. We have the Hidden One's outfit, which gives us assassination damage when detected for 10 seconds. In addition, increase to headshot damage. We also don't have like any abilities whatsoever. So just like us and assassinations, I guess. Just had to go for a different order for the arcs in the second run. So far you focus on the Hidden Ones rated arcs. That's definitely fair. You kind of focus on more of a consistency between the arcs, I guess. And how it's connected. What the fuck? I just flew out of a map. The heck? What? Where am I? Okay. Whatever that was. Right, yeah. That's my high score. There's so many clips of doing that, Grace. Yeah, it did happen to me a bit more often recently. Like, I didn't really have it happen before a lot, but it's the second time in like 2 weeks or so. Can I assassinate you, please? Yep. So voice rot, have a good luck, dude. Twice once during the Fenrir fight and twice during the legendary pig fight. Oh damn. That's a bad timing. That to happen like during boss fights as well. Can I assassinate this guy? Jesus Christ. Oh, no, go over here, freaking A-War. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't believe how many times I just pressed A for able to go on top of her and go down, and he just didn't do it. Oh dear. Oh, we got one meadow, so let's just take it. And then restart. Okay, so I'm gonna try to go for good next time. Let's try if we try for bear, and we give it one try or so, and then we'll have to call for today, Vo. So for this one we have to do fire and 4 damage kills, as well as parrying. We got the harpoon and the kick of tear. Can I like reassign this? Can't.
Thor lends me strength.
that not to fire, but to vehicle collision.
This is how it's done.
Save heaters.
Feel great.
Welcome in. Thank you for the follow. And how's it going?
Your time is come.
Take. Can you guys like go to fire? There you go. Yeah, basically. Needs fire. Me. Just give me the fired circle. There you go. Okay, that's all 4 damage kills we need to do. We just need fire.
Strike for Christ!
How to get this guy fire? I don't have a bow or anything. Come on. Let him take me.
The saints die!
If I get on fire, I could put him on fire by saying next time.
On a light!
It was like, Jesus Christ, now my controller disconnected. Perfect timing. Yeah, 1 sec. Gotta go ahead and fix that real quick here. Okay, I think good.
Ah! That burns!
Put on fire. Okay, that does work. still need more fire damage kills. What the fuck? How does that even make sense? I use the harpoon ability, I pressed to the right side, and he just smacked them to the left against each other. Okay, let's not question it anymore. But yeah, there's no way we're getting that challenge done now. This is like the last fire damage kill I need. Fucking kidding me. This freaking collision damage. Ah, dear. Okay, so I still had to do quite a lot more fire damage kills actually, so that wouldn't have been it anyways. Yeah, that's a lot of fire damage kills I had to do here. But yeah, we will be doing that the next time we do the master challenges though. Because for now, I'm out of time to stream more Valhalla. But yeah, we will be back tomorrow though. The plan is to start the Wrath of the Druids DLC tomorrow and make our way to Ireland. And yeah, that's gonna be of course story content we're gonna be focusing on for the next couple of streams. Because I reckon it's gonna take us at least 4 or so to get through that DLC with like everything in it. But yeah, thank you also so much for coming by, guys, and for joining. Let's go ahead and have a save here for now. And then we're gonna have a look to see who's online, so we can rate and pass on the love. But yeah, thank you guys, everybody, for being here. Thanks again, Yeeters, for a follow. Also, Mona, thank you for the 14 months of tier 2 subscribing, as well as Kelindov for the first sub 1 year. Thank you so much, guys. And yeah, everybody else for, you know, tuning in, keeping me company, lurking and chatting. It's always hugely appreciated. You know, just being here and having the stream open is very amazing of you. So thank you all. But yeah, for now it's time to find the raid targets. Let's have a quick look to see who's online. I do see Kess playing some Far Cry 6 apparently. The new one. Yeah, he's a good friend of the community. He's also quite a fan of Assassin's Creed. He loves Origins and he also played Valhalla. And yeah, currently it seems he's playing the new Far Cry game, which looks quite interesting. Like, one thing I like about the new Far Cry is the customization you have with like weapons and stuff. The fact that you can have like a Macarena gun is pretty amazing. No worries whatsoever, Rod. Thank you again so much for coming by and for joining. Also, if anybody in chat hasn't checked out Rod yet, definitely do yourself a favor and check him out. He's an amazing streamer. He's playing lots of Assassin's Creed. Currently, he's been starting AC Valhalla recently for a second time around playing that game. And he's also a big fan of all the other games in the series, so you can see them being played very regularly. He's also playing other games like Tomb Raider, Horror, Witcher, Also Batman games as well as Rockstar games as well. So if that's something that you're interested in, definitely check out Rod's channel. No worries, Max. Thank you for lurking and for being here. Hope you have a good rest of your day. But you would like a macaroni gun that makes ready to eat macaroni you can shoot into a bowl and eat? Yeah, or like shoot directly into your mouth or something. Yeah, it would be quite convenient, you know, in case you get like, get hungry all of a sudden. If that's the worst whatsoever, I'm more than happy to give you a shout out, dude. More than happy. But yeah, I think for now we're gonna go and say hi to Kess. So let's go ahead and start this raid here. And if you come with a raid, feel free to use these raid emotes here as well, to showcase that you're part of people going over from this channel to the next. But yeah, as I said, I will be back tomorrow with more AC Valhalla most likely, so hope to catch you guys then, and have a good rest of your day or night, wherever you are and what the case may be. See you guys.